Are you wondering about the different neighborhoods in Kensington, Maryland? Well, today we're going to do a little driving tour of South Kensington. There are a bunch of smaller neighborhoods that make up South Kensington. I'll give you a quick overview on them and drive you through them so that you can see some of the different housing styles and get a better feel for the area. My name's Harry Moore, and I'm an associate broker with EXP Realty and a Kensington resident. If you find this information helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd tap that like button. First, we'll start by looking at the map to give you an overview. Here's a map of South Kensington. It's kind of an odd shape, isn't it? It's sort of a conglomeration of census tracts and subdivision names. Some of them neighborhoods you might be familiar with, and some of them not. First, we'll look at some basic demographic information for South Kensington. The population, according to the Census Bureau, is 8,700 people, and the median household income is $180,000. The high school pyramids as of April 2022 for South Kensington are Bethesda Chevy Chase High School and Walter Johnson High School. And one of the biggest amenities is Rock Creek Park. It sort of wraps around on a couple of sides of the neighborhood, but there are also a number of other smaller neighborhood parks sprinkled throughout. Nearby shopping includes downtown Kensington, Westfield Wheaton Plaza, and the area on Rockville Pike around the old White Flint Mall, Wildwood Plaza, and of course, downtown Bethesda. We'll start with the part of South Kensington that's east of Connecticut Avenue. It's actually divided up into three smaller neighborhoods. The largest of the three is Rock Creek Hills. Rock Creek Hills is a mix of Ramblers, Cape Cods, split levels, and some colonials. Most of the houses here were built in the 50s and 60s, and the lots tend to be quite large, with most of them between 10,000 and 20,000 square feet, so it has a very nice open feel to it. Here's a little history that I found on Rock Creek Hills. It was originally the Alfred Ray Farm in the early 1900s. The owner went to England to get some hunting dogs, but unfortunately, he sailed back on the Titanic. So, after years of neglect, the property was purchased by Continental Life Insurance, who started developing it as a suburban neighborhood. If you'd like some more information, I've put a link to the Citizens Association website in the remarks. A smaller piece of the neighborhood is called Larchmont, and then there's Kensington Gardens, which goes between Connecticut Avenue and Kensington Parkway and up to about Dresden Street. These neighborhoods are bounded on the north by the town of Kensington and to the northeast by the railroad tracks. The southern boundary is the Beltway and Rock Creek Park. The neighborhood does this funny little sort of wraparound of the land owned by the Church of the Latter-day Saints. And there's this little thumb of houses off Stony Brook Drive between Stony Brook and the railroad tracks. Most of them were built in the 1970s. Now let's take a quick look at the real estate market in Rock Creek Hills for the past 12 months. There have been 21 home sales in the past 12 months, with a low sales price of $750,000 and the highest sales price of $1,550,000. The size range for those homes was 1,400 to 4,000 square feet, and the median sales price for the neighborhood, $1,100,000. Average days on market were 6 days, and the original list price to sales price ratio was a whopping 110%. Now let's pop over to the west side of Connecticut Avenue to look at Byford and Rock Creek Highlands. These two subdivisions have a total of about 350 homes, most of which were built between 1950 and 1965. The lot sizes are smaller than Rock Creek Hills, averaging between 9,000 and 11,000 square feet. In the past 12 months, there were 13 homes that have sold there. The lowest sales price, $879,000, and the highest, $1,249,000. The average square footage for the houses sold, 1,976 square feet to 3,300. And the median sales price for the neighborhood is $1,005,000. Average days on market in the neighborhood for the past 12 months, 11 days. And the original list price to sales price ratio, 104%. The school pyramid, as of today, is Bethesda Chevy Chase. And amenities in the neighborhood include Holy Redeemer and Rock Creek Park. And now let's take a look at the western part of South Kensington. The smaller subdivisions there are called Parkwood, Kensington Estates, and Kensington Terrace. The total number of homes in that area is about 1,400 houses. Most of those houses were built from 46 to 1960. And one thing that makes this piece of the neighborhood different than the other parts of South Kensington is that there's a big chunk of new build sprinkled in the neighborhood. There have been roughly 120 houses built in that part of the neighborhood since 2000. So that's a little less than 10% of the total for the whole area. One big reason for all this infill construction is the fact that a lot of the original houses in this slice of the neighborhood were very small, many of them being under 1,500 square feet. The lots vary between 6,000 to about 9,000 square feet. It gives you just enough room to put up a pretty good size new build. Most of the houses that are new builds don't have much of a backyard, but that doesn't seem to slow down the pace of sales. And here's a quick overview of the real estate market for the past 12 months. There have been 71 home sales with a low price of $525,000 and a high price of $1,900,000. Square footage ranges from 750 square feet, I told you some of those original houses were small, up to 4,000 square feet. And the median sales price in the neighborhood, $900,000. Average days on market, 6 days, and the original list price to sales price ratio is 104%. As of today, this part of the neighborhood feeds into the Walter Johnson Pyramid, and one of the amenities of the neighborhood is the much-loved Cedar Brook Swim and Tennis Club. Another feature of the northern part of this slice of the neighborhood is that it's an easy walk to the shops and restaurants of downtown Kensington. So there you go. There's a little tour of South Kensington. If you have any questions about the Kensington real estate market, please feel free to reach out. My contact information is below. And I'll see you on the next one.